Welcome, you guys. This is Monty from DPLSurve Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have part of the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent as well. And we have a huge video library where we demonstrate your favorite spy gadgets, bug detectors, listening devices, um, GPS trackers, anti-terrorist products, etc., etc. And then we also have a huge articles library. Excuse me. We have a huge articles library where you can check out articles about such things as electronic harassment and prevention, targeted individuals, learn about GPS blockers and jammers, learn about all sorts of different things in the in the articles directory. And then if you have any questions about our products or services, oh yeah, the holidays are coming up, and we're trying to emphasize the layaway plan as well. So you can lay away your favorite gadgets and spy toys, etc., etc. Or give the gift of security. We call it giving the gift of security to a friend, a relative, associate. We don't care. Just hook someone up and let them know you care about them. Okay. If you have any questions, give us a call, 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. We have a particular topic that we want to cover this evening, and it has to do with Bitcoin and merchant processing fees. Now, a lot of you probably don't know, but merchants like myself, we have to we're like beholden to MasterCards, the Visas, and American Express companies, the various companies that charge us to use their process their credit cards, and it's really sad in that we it's like paying a ransom almost, where someone charges you a lot of money without basically delivering a whole lot of value. And I think we want to highlight that in particular because this is what's going on, in the current environment, and we need to start looking at alternatives. Okay, so let me see why Facebook is still spreading the word according to what they're saying. They're spreading the word, and we want to see if we can get as many people on board as possible while they indeed spread the word. Let's see here. So anyway, while they're doing that, I just want to make sure you guys understand that, again, merchants like myself, small, medium, and large-sized businesses, we are we have to pay what are known as monthly discount fees. Every time we process a transaction, we have to pay a fee. And if you're an internet-based operation like we are at DPR Surveillance Equipment, you can pay anywhere from, who knows, 1.99 all the way to 3.5%, 4% if you go through PayPal. The fees are all the fees vary, but you're going to at least pay probably 2% all the way up to probably 4% or higher if you're not careful. Now, in my opinion, this is a waste of money. This is a waste of working capital, mainly because if you're doing decent volume and sales volume, you could end up paying tens of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars and processing fees. And so what I've been doing a lot of research, and what I've been very adamant about promoting alternative payment services and protocols and technologies such as Bitcoin and virtual currencies and and even Dwolla and some of the others. Dwolla is DWOLLA. It's not as well known as Bitcoin, which is not very still not very much not known as much as it should be. But Dwolla is even a lot less. It's more obscure than even Bitcoin is. So, what I want to emphasize is this. Okay, let's start. Let's start at this point here. Bitcoin was is a good alternative, something that I've been looking at for the last 5 or 6 years. And there's a gentleman by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto who who invented Bitcoin. It could be a person, it could be a team, or it could be a fictitious entity. We're not quite sure yet. But as a payment mechanism and protocol, and along with the blockchain, I think it's a very interesting concept. And you consumers, for instance, you really need to look at this and embrace it and try and figure out what's going on here, because this is an alternative payment service, if you will. And what it amounts to is this: just like PayPal, if we can figure out how to buy products and services and save money by not paying a whole lot of money in discount fees, then guess what? As a merchant, I could pass the cost savings along to you. See, a lot of you are actually paying more for your products and services, because when Visa and MasterCard and American Express and all these guys, when they tack on extra fees, then we have to compensate for that. So we have to make up for it. So the toasters, the iPhones, the clothes, the groceries, whatever it is, the actual cost should be a lot less. And I pasted into the comment section, for instance, information about the two merchant groups. One is called the Payments Coalition, and the other one is the Merchants Bill of Rights. And they're claiming that the interchange fees, which is true, by the way, the interchange fees are much higher than necessary. And they're pointing to the fact that even though technology and efficiency has improved, interchange fees have more than doubled in the last 10 years. Now, you guys really need to understand this. You guys need to wake the fuck up and understand when technology progresses to the point where more people are using it, and innovation works like this. Just like computers, okay? Computers were very expensive and very large once upon a time. Now, they're very cheap and very prevalent everywhere, okay? You can find a computer everywhere in your pocket, and it costs almost nothing. I mean, to the point where everyone has a computer in their pocket. It's called a smartphone, okay? This is what technology does. It brings down the cost. Okay, so when the costs come down, that's how technology works. It brings down the cost. Everybody gets access to this technology. The same with technology when it's applied to even in the payments network space. Okay, make sure you understand when MasterCard and Visa and American Express and all these guys, when they claim that they need to charge more money because this computer is struggling and laboring over sending my money to a bank, they're bullshitting you and me and everybody else, okay? And this is why we've been having these lawsuits flying back and forth. For instance, there was just a lawsuit with Visa and MasterCard where they settled for $6 billion. But Walmart and Target and a number of other retailers, Kohl's, I think, opted out of it, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to paste a link to a blog where that mentions the settlement, and it also talks about why Visa and MasterCard, why Walmart rather, and Target, and I think even Kohl's eventually opted out of the settlement because they knew it was a bad deal, and Walmart and Target determined, you know what, This settlement doesn't make any sense because not only does it not have teeth, but it actually allows the credit card issuers to basically go back into the same type of predatory pricing and do the same thing that they had been doing after the settlement. In other words, there was no penalty, there was no teeth in the regulations that said if you guys ever do this again, something drastic is going to happen. Okay, so I read into this, Walmart read into this, Target and Kohl's read into this, and said this is stupid. This is a fucking insult to our intelligence. So you guys need to wake the fuck up out there and understand. Look, Monty is telling you, you're being screwed. The banking system is screwing you. The credit card companies and financial institutions are screwing you. And you're not going to make ends meet. You're not going to get ahead. You're not going to get anything close to the value in terms of what you're trying to get when you go shopping, because everything is padded so that we have to compensate. We have to get compensated for what's basically this racket. It's like in the old days when the mafia said, we'll protect you from this arbitrary group of individuals who want to do you harm, but you got to pay us a certain fee. So, and when we come around to your storefront, we're going to collect this fee, but we're going to keep the other guys from taking advantage, from breaking into your place, or arson or something, right? It's the old days of the Sicilian mafia. That's what's happening now. And you guys are asleep at the wheel as usual. And it's really disappointing when on a daily basis, I have to take a look at these things and I have to deal with it. But absolutely no one, no one is even aware or is willing to talk about it, discuss it, debate it, or anything. It's like what in the hell is going on with these people? You guys, a lot of people are struggling, but and they don't have a clue in terms of not only why or how, but no incentive to get up and get out of the way of the guy that's kicking their in the ass every day. Okay, and it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I'm going to tell you in plain, simple terms. If you had half a brain, you would get on this bandwagon of Bitcoin, virtual currencies, and such. You would use it to make purchases. Merchants like myself, the small businesses, the medium-sized one, and the larger one, like Overstock.com, that accept the virtual the virtual currency, we could lower the prices that we charge you. Maybe offer you free shipping, maybe give you straight out discounts, maybe give you rewards or rebates or something, because our costs would come down, okay? But when I got to pay MasterCard and Visa and American Express 1.99% on each and every transaction, plus a per transaction cost, all the way up to what PayPal is charging, 3, 4, 5% or something, that's gonna cause us to we can't give you as much value as we would like to, because the costs go up, right? So you understand. So you guys got to wake up and stop being sheeple and understand, look, we have an opportunity to embrace this new technology. And I'm just going to give you a little aside here. I've been studying Bitcoin and I put a little bit of money into it, and I offer it as a payment alternative, a payment choice for my customers on my website. And you guys could go there and buy the products or rent them or whatever if you want to. But the idea is to support the network of companies and individuals who want to stick it to the Federal Reserve and the central bankers and the politicians who are telling us you got to go along with this rigged system, financial system, economic system that's rigged to benefit just the rich and the wealthy and the well-connected, okay? This is your opportunity. So you may want to open your eyes and put your thinking caps on and understand, look, we need an alternative. The dollar is going to crap. Okay, Donald Trump and nobody else is going to save you. It's going to save this system. Okay, that is something they are unwilling to address because the Federal Reserve and the central bankers, they dictate the economic system of not only the United States but the entire planet. Okay, all of the developed countries and a number of developing countries have central bankers. They determine what's going to happen, and the dollar is not worth the toilet paper that you wipe your bottoms with every day. And this system is really held up with duct tape and Elmer's glue. And right now, guess who's paying for it to be held up to the extent that it is now? You guys are. You're led to believe that there's some value in it. And when you participate in it and support it and look the other way, as if nothing's wrong, guess what? You're accessory. So let me tell you again, okay? Open your eyes. Understand that whoever this Satoshi Nakamoto is or whatever, he gave you a gift. He's saying, look, implement the Bitcoin, implement the blockchain, structure your financial economic system so you have some value, okay? When I first got involved with Bitcoin 5 years ago, for instance, it's worth a couple of $100 now, worth $770 almost, okay? But it's not even so much the money, that you can make off of this, but it's the idea that it's a threat. Okay, this is threat. The Bitcoin and the virtual currencies are threatening the economic system. Okay, I got to tell you, Wells Fargo, Citibank, J.P. Morgan Chase, all of these guys are doing their best. Wall Street is pouring billions of dollars into Bitcoin and blockchain technologies to try and figure it out because they know it's going to run over them. It's going to disrupt the payment systems. Okay, if I can send you $100,000 in about 2 minutes and pay a fraction of a cent, that's a threat to the system. Wake the fuck up, okay? People in developing countries are paying $70 billion annually to Western Union and MoneyGram and remittance fees every fucking year, okay? And there's really no reason for that. It doesn't cost that much money to send money, you guys, or receive money. Families are not getting the benefit of the loved ones who are working their asses off in a neighboring country trying to send money back to support that family and an entire community. Some individuals actually support entire communities when they go out, venture out, get a good job, make some money, and send it back home. Okay, you'll be amazed of how individuals are how many people individuals are supporting in developing countries and such. It's a disgrace to think that some fucking idiots at Western Union or MoneyGram think it's okay to charge 15-20% or whatever to send that money back, to let somebody send money back home who's in a developing country. Okay, the poorest people on the planet who need this money the most, they're not benefiting from it. And guess what? The people in the developed country, you guys are sitting there in your fucking rumps thinking that, this is honky-dory and the world is just great and everything's fine and fantastic and it's rose-colored glasses and shit, is what you're looking through. Look, you're being bullshitted to the point you have no clue in terms of how, that this fiasco is taking place, okay? But I'm going to tell you this time. I'm going to keep telling you. Look, you're gonna pedal around on the fucking cage like a hamster, going around and around and around. And one day you're going to say, you know what? Monty kept talking about these things. He kept telling us, but the people refuse to understand. Look, rearrange your priorities a little bit, okay? Jump on these soapboxes, talk to people about these things, do some research, study them, take a small amount of your money that you're spending on a fucking overpriced crap that you get from these stores and put some money into some of these things and some time and effort and do some research and figure out why the system's designed to make you struggle, to keep you down, to keep you from participating in it, to keep you preoccupied, okay? That's what they're doing. From birth to death, they're sitting you on a fucking hamster wheel and they're telling you you don't have a choice. You got to go along with this rigged program. And then when you fucking die around 65, 70 years old, you had never even had a clue that there was something more going on. So anyway, that was my rant for this, Thursday evening. And I can't think of too much to cover, but I'm going to give you a link to this blog that I put together. It talks about how MasterCard and Visa and those guys, how they're ripping off businesses, and it talks about some organizations that are putting a lot of numerical, empirical information together so you can get some idea of, how consumers are led like lemons over a cliff, and are sheep going to slaughter, and these guys are laughing all the way to the bank, and you guys are, crying all the way to your own funerals. But if that's what you want, and if you want to shut your eyes to it, that's fine. But when you get screwed, and you wonder why it hurts, and you wonder why you get this pain in the bottom, this is why, because you're letting them do it to you. So anyway, I'm going to conclude this session, and you guys have a great evening, and maybe you'll wake up, maybe you won't, but have fun. Thanks.